This is video number 83 for violin and viola students. In this video, we're going to learn to play number 137 and 138 in your Essential Elements Book 1. So be open to page number 34. We're continuing with C major. Now, if you have not played your C major scale yet today, you need to stop and do so because that's a good review for you, okay? We've already done, I believe, enough echoing with the low twos and all that you should be good on that, okay? But I would say make sure you've played your C major scale today and doing really good low twos in the D and low two in the A. Because look at 137. Look at the key signature and time signature. Now, I've mentioned this before, but this book quite often, when it uses C major, it uses the common time signature, which means 4/4 time, okay? So the C does not mean C major. This is also C major. See that? And it has a 4/4. Don't be confused by the C. The C is the same thing as 4/4 time. That is the time signature. The fact that there is nothing, no sharps or flats in the key signature, like this. I'm showing you a violin book, but violas, it would be the same thing. It looks like they forgot the key signature. That is the key signature. That means everything is natural, okay? All right, shadow bow from the beginning. And again, no sharps, right? No sharps. Elbows around to be third finger over on your G string. Shadow bow 137. 1, 2, shadow bow goes. Stop. Did you put a low 2 down? If you did this, you just played an F sharp. Okay, make sure it's there. Shadow bow again from the beginning. 1, 2, shadow bow, go. F natural, low 2. Low 2 again. Again, now low 2 on the A. Okay, now I want you to find second line measure 3. Second line measure 3. And I want you to play just the first 3 notes. C, open A, G. Okay, if you notice the whole measure, C, A, G, E, it's almost like coming down the arpeggio. It just has an open A in between. Play that. Echo me the first 3 notes. Second line measure 3. Start on a low 2. Play just that. And go. C, A, G. Echo again. Go. C, A, G. Now add the next note, which is an E. Echo me. And go. C, A, G, E. And do that measure twice without stopping. You're going to go C, A, G, E, C, A, G, E. Twice without stopping with me. And C, and go. A, G. Now again, C natural, low 2. Okay. Now look at the beginning of the second line. Now that really is up the arpeggio, isn't it? C, E, G, G. Does it go up to the higher C? Not before playing an A and a B in between. Shadow bow, just the first measure, play, echo me, the first measure of the second line. Echo me. Independent fingers is what you want to use. When I'm playing the C, I'm reaching ahead for the E. But my fingers are not flying up here. That's not helpful. The whole point in independent fingers is to help you to learn to play faster, to get rid of extra sounds, and to one day be able to do vibrato. Now, this is not going to help you play faster. You got your fingers up like this. I'm using independent fingers. You can't really tell unless you get close. Those are good independent fingers. Play measure 1 of the second line. I have my C finger down, but I'm reaching ahead for the E. Echo me. 1, 2, and go. C, E, G, G. Again. And go. C, E, G, G. Okay, now we're going to play from the beginning to end. If you think you need to pause and practice some other parts of this, please do so. Okay? When you're ready, play with me. Don't forget, low 2s on the D, low 2 on the A. 1, 2, everything's natural, and go. C. Now F natural, low 2. Forte. Okay, you might want to pause the video, practice till you can't get it wrong, because we're going to move on to 138 now. Okay, now 138 has a little bit of a tricky thing going on here. We have actually not done this yet. We've done first and second endings, but we've not done first and second endings with a pickup note. So if you look at 138, I'm going to use a viola book this time. Okay, so use a violin book the other time. So violin's going to look a little different, but it's going to be the same thing. Okay, same basic idea. So look right here. See, get that focus. So here's your pickup note right there. The first note's a pickup note. Understand violins, this is a G. Y'all's is down there, okay? This is a pickup note. And then you play from the very first note all the way until you see the repeat sign, okay? Now from here, you do not go back to the beginning. All right, these repeat signs act like parentheses, and you play everything like in the parentheses or whatever, okay? So you're going to go back to the first measure, not the first note. There's a difference. Remember, when we do pickup notes, the pickup note is not part of the first measure. This is where the first measure is, right there on that G. Violins, I know it looks weird to you, but that's the first measure. The first note is the pickup note. There's measure 1. So again, we go from the beginning, play all the way to here, go back to the first measure, which in this case is the second note, first measure. And remember how first and second endings work? You hop over there, okay? You only play this part the first time, okay? Let me show you, violins, what it looks like in your book, just in case that confused any of you. You only play this part right here the first time. Again, I'm going to trace it again from the beginning, here. Go back to measure 1, not the beginning, measure 1. There's the other end of the repeat sign. Play what's in between the two repeat signs, but then when you get to here, you jump to the second ending, okay? This song is also in C major. What's the time signature? 4/4 time. Same thing as common time. So if we're in 4/4 time and we've got a quarter note pickup note, that quarter note's going to take up 1 beat. That means I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, and that quarter note happens on beat 4. You play up bow on beat 4, okay? There's another one of those songs that can have different titles. This is a tisket, a tasket, a green and yellow basket? I don't know. Or it can be, it's raining, it's pouring, the old man is snoring. There might be another one too. I don't know. Okay, so low 2 on the D. Why? Because there are no F sharps, okay? Shadow bow, I got 1, 2, 3. Go up bow, you're shadow bowing here on beat 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, low 2, low 2, low 2 again. Now here again, F natural, low 2. Okay, now I want you to play measure 3 of the first line. Now careful when you're counting this. It does not have a slur in it. Okay, remember the first note is pickup note, does not count as a measure. Okay, if you want to look at it this way, measure 3 is the second to last measure of the first line. Okay, it should be G, G, E, A, that part right there. Echo me. Measure 3 of the first line, echo me. 1, 2, 3, G, G, E, A. Try again. And stretch that 4. G, G, E, stretch the 4. I'm going to recommend independent fingers. Keep the 1 down to help hold the string down, and then just use your 4. And then you can have your 3 hovered above, ready to go down next. Okay? That's a place people mess up. Now find second line, measure 3 and 4. Measure 4, the second line, is the first ending, right? The way people mess up on that first ending is that they do 2 half notes instead of going 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? Now play that, echo me, okay? Second line, measure 3, and the first ending, measure 4 of the second line. up bow on beat 4. Try that again. Echo me. 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, down, up. Okay, if you went up before I said up, you didn't do it right. You probably did 2 half notes. Now I want you to do that, start in the same place, but take the second ending now. So you're going to play this measure right here, G, F, E, D, all the way down the scale. The second ending is actually easier because it just goes down the scale. People mess it up because they forget to jump. They forget their eyeballs have to jump over. Echo me now. It's also the last 2 measures of the song, right? Because that first ending is not part of the second and last measure of the song, is it? Play the last 2 measures of the song. Echo me. 1, tay, 2, tay, 3, tay, and go. G, F natural, E, D, C, off. Okay? Now pause if you need to and practice whatever you need to. If you're ready, play with me. I count 1, 2, 3. You play up bow on beat 4. And 1, 2, 3. Low 2, F naturals, F natural. And now second line, low 2 is F natural, low 2, get them in tune, low 2s. Here comes that first ending. Now 3 counts, 3 counts. 1 tay, 2 tay, 3 tay, up, measure 1. Okay, so practice those 2 till you can't get them wrong, till there's no pauses, no mistakes, because you won't be ready for your next video until you do so. Practice till you can't get it wrong.